Welcome back. This is the fourth segment out of 63 in the series that we're calling Because It's True, making the case for Christianity in bite-sized pieces. Now, there are only three positions that someone can take concerning the existence of God: atheism, theism, and agnosticism. Now, let's be very clear about the terms that we're using. The first two are assertions of knowledge. Atheism says, I know God does not exist. I know there is no God. Theism says, I know there is a God. I am certain there is a God. Because you then have agnosticism, which says, I don't know if there's a God or not. Now, if someone claims to be atheistic, the question to ask for clarification is, are you certain you know that there is no God? Now, if the person says, well, I'm not certain, I just don't believe there's a God, then you might suggest that agnosticism is a better representation of their position. But if they are to say, I know there is no God, then there is a question, there is a concern. Uh, they're up against a challenge, and it's this. Let's just say that this paper represents, can we see it? Good. Represents all of knowledge, all that there is in the universe to know. You ask that person, how much knowledge do you have, given all that there is to know in the universe? Now, if they are brilliant or just arrogant, they may say, well, I know this much. Then the question is, could it be that out of all of this that you admit you do not know, somewhere out there is God? You see, here's the challenge for the atheist, and that is that in order to say that you know there is no God, you have to know everything. Because as soon as you admit that there is one thing that you do not know, that one thing may turn out to be God. Now, someone may come and say, look, I don't know everything, but I know there is no God. And of course you say, well, how do you know? And if you get a response, something like, there could not be a God, certainly the way that you describe him as being, loving and caring and kind, given what has happened in my life, the pain and the suffering, then you have moved from an academic question to an existential question. And I would suggest that the best response is to not try to answer, but simply be there to love and comfort and listen and support and encourage and allow God to live through you, to allow them to encounter Jesus through you. And you will be presenting them through your life evidence for the existence of God. Now, let me just say that, again, academically, there's a real challenge for the atheist. They have to know everything. And nobody does. Therefore, atheism, I would suggest to you, defines itself out of existence. But there is another big challenge that the atheist has got to grapple with if they are honest. And we'll get to that one in the next segment.